I like the fact that you're talking about lyrics as well as poems, and maybe differentiating slightly between the two. Do you see them as different art forms? Do you have a feeling about it?
Yeah, great question, and it's interesting because I'll never probably get asked this again. You know what I mean? But yeah. So I think for me, like poetry is it's a part of a bigger artistic conversation, I guess. But like the expression or the sentiment that a painting is never finished. It's like you could always add like a little bit more onto a painting. I view it very similar with poetry, whereas like I feel like I wouldn't know when I was done with a poem. You know, whereas with a song, I do have parameters that I need to fit within. So I can't squeeze any more words in there. You know what I mean? That's the song done. So it weirdly is like, I guess it is kind of like, to me, lyrics are poetry, but forced into a shape, I would say. Whereas poetry is free flowing and having the kind of volition to choose when to finish your poem. I guess that's the kind of bit of poetry that scares me the most, because it's just such an objectively open-ended art form, I'd say.
That's an incredible way of describing it. I've never thought about it before, but I love that idea of music being kind of tightly framed, and the idea that really makes sense to me on an emotional level as well, and on the reason why we maybe interact with music the way we do. We feel like music is framed in a certain way, and it offers us a kind of a frame in which we feel like
safety, I guess,
yeah.
comfort. Yeah, I guess that's a good point to make in the sense that most music we enjoy, whether it's on the radio or in our personal lives, will conform to some sort of comforting kind of idea of what we perceive as music. And I guess that's why, maybe we could talk about like books, in the sense that I guess a book has maybe got a structure and a form to abide by, but in terms of words and sentence structure and stuff, is very much free flowing, and I guess whereas with music, it's like it's so understandable. It's really a digestible kind of structure that it's over decades kind of been forced into.